What's hacking? It's Quackin. Welcome back to another episode. This time we're talking about early summer pickups. Yeah, I got a decent amount of games you can see here. Went through some flea markets, some garage sales, conventions, definitely where most of these pickups came from. And we got some nice little hefty sum of games here. So first off, garage sale season has begun. Like usual, you don't usually find a whole lot of stuff. It's interesting because a lot of the people I know that I watch usually get good things at garage sales, but I think it's the reason why I don't really find anything is because they're probably buying things up because some of these people I watch are around my area, so that's probably why I never find anything good at garage sales. But I'm gonna try my best to pinpoint. Early bird gets the worm coming up regarding that. But that being said, of course, I went to a flea market and I got this game for the Atari 2600. Demons to Diamonds, using the paddle controllers. I never really heard of this game. Apparently it's an Atari-based game. Got this for a couple of bucks. Looking forward to check that out once, of course, I can get the Atari hooked up again, because that takes a little bit to do so. Real quick, small update. I went to a swap meet after this, so here's some newer pickups I got, just real briefly. I got Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube for a couple of bucks. Got a deal on that, disc only. And then I got Namco Museum, disc only, even though it has like a weird case, but I got this for $2. There's a couple things I got from a swap meet recently. But then after that, I went to an anime convention. They had some games there, not really that great of prices. I'm not really going to show any footage, just because there's all kinds of footage I have, and I'm really just going to be this video just to talk about my pickups in general, just for fun. You're kind of being lazy, uploading things. It's been a bit since I've uploaded something, but been a bit busy and we haven't really had the motivation. That's usually an excuse here all the time. But that being said, the anime convention had some just kind of games all over the place, a lot of Japanese stuff that was like $30, $40, $50 per cartridge, and it's really common games like Mario 64 DS. A lot of people will just price things at high price and expect, hey, buy these things. It really, doesn't really help when there's not great demand, or it's not a great supply, because it was the only vendor there that was selling games. So that's the thing with anime conventions, you get that kind of stuff. Don't know if I'll be going to that convention next year, but I didn't buy anything besides some cheaper knick-knack, just some stuff that I thought was cheaper. Nothing game related though per se. But I went to CorsCon. Apparently that is the longest time running convention here in Ohio. And I got some really nice pickups. At this convention, there was just phenomenal prices. You could find PlayStation 1s for great deals, Genesis Model 2s for great deals. Of course, there's a lot of consoles out there, but you should be able to find these prices, these consoles at these prices, rather than just going to your local frickin' little Timmy's garage sale. It's $100 for that, and it's not even that great of a condition. It's probably barely functions, and the power supply is probably sparking. That being said, though, we're kind of going backwards here, a little all over the place, I guess you could say, but so I really like the Taiko Drum Master series. I have a literal shirt right here. I don't know, this is somewhat relatable to it. I have a friend who laughs at this. There was a guy who, at a fair I was going to, and he goes, "Kids these days," or something, when he saw that shirt. I didn't even realize he was counting on that shirt until later on, but I really like this series. I want to get more into it. I played it for the first time this past Midwest Gaming Classic at a PS2 setup. Then I played an actual arcade setup at the anime convention I was just at, the only one that didn't have great games, but they had some arcade games. We got this Switch version. This I got for $10. It says $15 on here, but the guy's willing to go down to $10, brand new. Switch stuff isn't, the hugest value, but I'd like to get my hands on the controllers eventually. But I figured, I'll check this out. And he said, better to go towards someone who actually, would like to play the game, or who has interest in it, because I guess this guy didn't. I don't know how he knew that I had interest in playing this game, but I gotta say right now, that guy definitely has a good knack, because I am someone who's interested in playing that game. I could have been just some random Joe Schmo who wasn't really interested, but probably because I actually had interest in buying the game, that probably was it. But that rambling aside, got a lot of NES stuff. I have to really thank Andrew from the Game Display for getting me more into NES. I had a couple of NES games. It's really only in the single digits now. I think on my 20th NES cart, definitely a smaller NES collection. But before we get to NES, though, we'll get to the S in SNES. Super Famicom, though. I got Kirby Superstar. I got this for $5. It says 8 here, so a couple of bucks off. I figured I might as well get this because it looked pretty cheap. And I figured I'd get a bit of a nice deal there. There was just all sorts of games. Just really wish I had some more money. I accidentally left my card at home. So, this was actually my final purchase, so thankfully I was able to get a smaller deal on that. But that aside, though, I got, let me see, here. I'm trying to see everything that I did get deal-wise. Oh, thankfully that's carpeted floor. Okay, here we go. So I got these 4 NES games in a bundle. I got Track and Field 2, Konami game here, for free, with Anticipation for free. Then I got Section Z, I believe I got this for $5, and I got Slalom for $3. 2 games Andrew from the Game Display just beat recently, so really happy about that. I see it has some screws here, and I hear that's possible that it might be a Famicom converter. It's looking like it might not be a Famicom converter. I don't really need one of those, but it would be really cool. I didn't even really realize that. And I think it's really cool. This is like a black box NES game. This is kind of like a, I don't want to say bootlegged black box. Well, actually, no, it isn't. It is in the black box series. I didn't even realize this was a black box game. It's a game I didn't really heard of until Andrew mentioned it. But overall, it got some really nice deals on these games right here. Then I got Bayou Billy. Got this for $3. It was listed at $5. Really love the soundtrack of this game. Been wanting to get into it more. Just love Konami stuff in general. I heard this game isn't really that great by a lot of people, but I think this game seems to be pretty nice. Andrew definitely says it's good. I think for what I've seen so far, it looks good. So looking forward to play this. The music's absolutely phenomenal. So here's an interesting game right here. Let me see if I can locate even what happened to that. Oh, here it is. It's underneath of me. I can't believe I'm just letting, especially this game, do that. At least I hit the cart. But anyways, so this is Contra. This is for $15. Definitely not in the greatest condition. I might have been able to get more off it. I got it for $10. Unfortunately, there's no top label. The label's definitely ripped. Sounds like there might be a bit of something bouncing around in there, but I really like Contra. I love Konami in general. It would have been cool to get like a physical cartridge, so I'm pretty happy to have gotten. You can just barely see it says Contra on there, but I think that's pretty cool. This game usually goes for like $30 cartridge only, and it's probably thanks to Konami barely re-releasing the game. It is on the collection, but they always would re-release Super C on the NES Classic or Virtual Console. They never re-release Contra. I don't know why they don't re-release Contra. It's always Super C for some reason. Maybe because it's got maybe some kind of like copyright issues with it. I don't know, but yeah, I got that from $10. Probably one of the more steeper NES games. Speaking of steeper NES games, I got Snake's Revenge. This is definitely an uncommon game. This is a game I've been wanting to try to get for a while now, kind of similar to Contra, but this was one I've been looking at. I think I've gone through like 5 different conventions so far and still have not found a copy of this. And I finally got one. Finally found one, and it was for $15. They were not really willing to go down much. I got it for $13. That's about what you can get it for now. Definitely on the steep side, being cart only, in my opinion. I know a lot of people just go out and they'll buy a lot of different stuff for different prices, but I like to try to get my best deal. And this is a game that you're probably best going to find it on eBay. Like, you're not just going to go out in the wild and find like, you're going to find like Super Mario Bros. Or something right away, but this is a game, at least for me personally, I've not seen, especially at game stores as well. I've been all kinds of places, thrift stores, flea markets, garage sales, especially conventions where you definitely would find games like these the most. And of course, they are on eBay, but this is an uncommon game, definitely by far. And I was really lucky to find a copy, really happy. I only found it at one vendor, and I saw this. I waited a couple hours to get it, and then they were almost willing to only give $1 off, like $2. So definitely got a little bit of saving. They were pretty happy about that. On the bright side, though, I didn't have to pay things like shipping. That usually happens with eBay things, especially with single items. So that's what I think is on the bright side, is I don't have to pay for shipping because I was at this convention. I know there's gas and other things to incorporate into that, but I was able to get this now, and I was able to get this then. That's the most important part. The same day I had interest in trying to find a game like this, and I got it for a couple of bucks cheaper. So pretty happy about that. Really glad I got Snake's Revenge. Very just game that gets too much hate on it. And then finally, this one I only got a couple of bucks off. Unfortunately, I think I got this for $7. Snake Rattle and Roll, cool rare game. Had a lot of fun seeing Andrew play this as well. So yeah, those were all my pickups then from my conventions, mainly from KorgsCon, excuse me. The Torgs and Korgs are kind of the same area, location, stuff like that. But that aside, though, I had a lot of fun at Korgs. Would love to go again next year. I saw Nintendrew there. And there's some other content creators, like I've seen like Gamer Aimer, but I don't really watch her all that much. I just know of her existence. Definitely have seen Nintendrew for longer, and I don't know, I have a hard time saying I'm like a fan of something, but overall, let me know what kind of pickups you thought were really cool, any kind of good deals I got. With that being said, I gotta go take a shit.